Welcome to the 10. America, how are you? Pittsburgh, how are you? Florida. And some special hellos to all you great people that I bumped into this weekend, magically through Messenger and the formats of social media. South joins forces with the North, West, East. Anyway said, it's all true. Trump forever, happy birthday. Just as the guy said, this is 10 o'clock talks. We're live with you this morning. Welcome to anybody who joins in. If you see this after the start, of course, then you're just watching the episode being uploaded. That's all great. Happy birthday, President Trump. And you know, I got to say this. What's her name? Jenna Bush. And they compromising our President Trump, not even to say happy birthday to him across the media platforms today. But yet Jenna Bush puts on all the greatness of her grandfather. Let's talk about the greatness of her grandfather. Who was this man? What was this man? He was the dirt of the CIA. His father was the one that funded research. His family's uh, no, they're not all that, but yet, yeah, Jenna pushes out the family photo albums of President Bush, once was life, narrative, one-sided, one freaking sided narrative. Shame on you people. You want to talk truth? Put history on the page. Introduced through the media. The truth. Both sides of the man, not a one-sided viewpoint, which is the narrative, of course, of the left and this hypocritical consortium of bullshit that we live in. But yeah, not a happy birthday to President Trump. Nah, couldn't do that. Couldn't do that. But let's bring up old man Bush, Papa Bush. No, I'm not going to fall into that. But I did listen for a few minutes. I flipped the channels. I just wanted to see who would say what. And shameful enough, nothing. Shameful enough, nothing. This is why the North joins with the South. The South joins with the West. The East joins with the North. This is what makes us all of us, the best we can be. Voices of Trump, the suppression. And this is why I talk as I do here at 10 o'clock talks. I am Michael Anthony. Welcome in, everybody. America. We are strong. You are brave. You are beautiful people. Always remember that. Always remember that. So, I'm not really going to check on things today, but I'm going to share something that I want to get into. So, if you can just bear with me for just a moment here while I run my mouth a little bit more to you. If you don't know about me, I do a Monday through Thursday segment. It's called Waking Up. It's kind of the summer click. And remember, sun's very important. It induces endorphins. That's the suppression of this cloud, sun, and dim bullshit that they float into our minds as well. Get out in the sun. Get some sun. Get the vitamins pumping. It's a natural way for your own body to create good immunes, okay? It pumps you. It really does. And I mean, for days and more days, and last night, a devastating storm, sounded like a train coming up through the path of the river. I joked not on that. I was like standing in the window and I'm hearing like this roar. Bad imitation. But I was hearing this noise and I'm like, wow, they haven't said it was anything, but I can assure you from the tops of my roof, all over the decks, these trees were just being split apart at the tops, you know. Thank God I didn't have any massive 150-foot trees come down because some of them seem to be that tall. They really do. But it was devastating. The gutters were filled. Water was overflowing. I mean, it was harsh. It was harsh. So, yeah, I'm going to have to deal with that today. Into our senior years. something in my leg pops. And I mean, loudly popped enough to where it was like, holy, what the F is this? You know, but I mean, the truth is that, I mean, I heard it, not through the body hearing, okay, but on the outside. And I'm like, oh shit. And it was excruciating. But as fast as it was excruciating, it started to clear up. And I'm still dealing with this weird limp this morning. I mean, I don't even know what I did. But I managed to do some deck cleaning last night after that torrential rains and, the devastation of all the bullshit. I mean, I had the yard looking nice. You know how that goes. Is all this playing a part to it? I don't know, but storms like we've never had storms like this before. There's a compromise here, but it's not in our benefit. So while the sun's out, please do yourself a favor. Do yourself some good. Get out there in the sun and enjoy it. Get some tan on your face. I have a little bit. I even got these little things here sitting in the chair for an hour reading, and I'm like, oh man, I got this ring neck thing going on. Oh well, that's just the way it is. You can't be pretty forever. Can't be pretty. Nope, not this man anymore. I don't even know why I used that word, but I hope everybody's doing good out there in America land. And remember, this is our land. This is our land. Suppression is only what you choose to accept of it when it comes to a lot of everything. That's the truth. That's the truth. You can walk away from this, Turn the other cheek. Tell them all to go themselves, right? This is your life. This is the air you breathe right now. This is what counts. This is what matters. So what I want to do is get into a couple little talks with you guys about, some narratives and so forth. Good points of narratives and not so good points of narratives of where they are. And we got 2 group quality updates already in the global army of Donald J. Trump. Imagine that. Boom. Happy birthday, Mr. President. It's all for you. Ain't no blowing out no candles here from here. But I will say this, whatever it takes to get our message across, we'll take the slaps in the face. All's forgiven in love and war. So the admins know nobody did anything wrong. We're doing our job. All right. Couple other little things here. The stopping of the mass, stop the lies. I mean, don't forget this too. If you need to get me, and I'm not trying to take more of my life away, but it does happen. If you need to get a hold of me, go on to Gmail, 10o'clocktalks at gmail.com. You can always get me there. Don't forget to support the smalls, the business smalls out there, the people who need us, the ones with the little Trump and little flags in the windows. Make sure you know who they are and do everything you can to expose the truths, the real truths of what's going on out there. Because it's very hard. The narrative of these think tanks, and I got to tell you, the left is implanting a lot on us. They truly, truly are. And what an ass Joe looks like, right? I mean, it comes across some readings that I did that Putin might put out there to the world in certain words. Of course, I can't translate Russian, that Joe's a killer. Oh, that could have got me right there, right? But it's true. And on a comparison level here, let's just, and a level. NBC News did a little report here too, but there were some other people. And whatever the Joe Biden guy is, no comparison to man to man. There, it just no. Putin's all Trump. So anyway, a couple slaps in the face for Joe, a little added more, and we've seen things like pictures. Let's all be 6 feet apart. They were like soldiers lined up on a chessboard, standing there for a picture. The next minute, they're all, gravy training, having their champagne caviar, and all right, so there's a guy some people may know. His name was Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller, yes. Well, he unveils America's first project against the left, the liar project against the left. And basically, this is he was a senior Trump advisor, and he tells now to everybody that he is a nonprofit, America's first legal for the people. This is the failure of the ACLU. And the shit show that they're running as well here about we used to be for the people, civil rights, civil liberties. Where are they? Well, they're right here. They're back in a new form. They're here in a new form to fight for us. The mission is to fight all of the left's unlawful acts. And there are many. And they're already been established. They are already out there working. This is the fine points that I don't always bring up to American people. But it's true. There are thousands, and I mean literally thousands, hundred thousands that are working behind the scenes while we sit and do what we do. Not that everybody's not important doing what they're doing, because the message needs to be said, put out there. But let's support where we need to support. Let's follow people like this. Yes, when you know they're on our side. You know they're on our side, don't you? Okay, so anyway, this there's a lot of things being addressed here, like the Biden's catch and release program. Okay, and that's what I'm calling it, catch and release. Yeah, you're not fishing, but there's some fishy waters here, isn't there? So, but also in the fight, the New World Order and Biden and Harris attempt of stripping the Americans of their civil liberties. And that is a big push off the left. Anything that they can do, they will do, and they have been doing it. This is the interjection of the negativity. That negativity, right? Right? You know where you are in your mind. You know what you're thinking. You know what's positive. You know what's right. You know morals. Don't you? Don't you? I do. Stay strong in those morals. Stay strong in those morals. I also want to let you know a little bit new of a format. We got some people who picked up on us who really are just like crazy sharing my stuff out there. I mean, it's a handful, and that's a lot. That's a lot because they know people in different places, and now they're throwing us into like a little bit of Twitter and Instagram, and of course, we reach Rumble and more. YouTube, got the YouTube channel, just uploaded like 15 more videos ever none ever seen, and I really want you guys to check this stuff out. Reason why I made points many months ago up to this narrative that I was calling. I don't know. I'm not a prophecy. No, I got gut instincts. I'm not afraid to open my mouth, and I'm not afraid to apologize when I'm wrong. And I think that's what gives a good reporting, a narrative, and opinion, because you have to sometimes push that because it helps the American people as well stay strong in their mind and their body, and that's a very, very important factor right now that we're all going through. And I'm seeing that Michael's already sharing. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. Anyway, stay in this fight with me. Stay with me. Don't change that channel. Expand what we can do together right here, you and I. That's what this is all about. So did everyone bring their coffee? I have some cold. I wasn't in the mood to go through these protocols this morning limping around. And I mean, I got a limp. I always have a limp, I guess. You're kind of like wobbly as you get old. Although I put this really dense carpet padding down, I think somewhat that plays a part in my house when I'm walking around. Anyway, that has nothing to do with anything. Stay in this fight with me. Come on, do whatever you can wherever you can, because it's just real important for us to keep in numbers and strengths. Yes. Do I push that a lot? Hell yeah, I push it a lot because there's good reason for pushing it a lot, right? It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter at this point who you voted for. There's one side here. It's Trump's side. You're in or you're out. There's no halfway here. If you're halfway, you're not made for this platform. You're not made and meant to see what I have to say. You're not going to like me. But hey, I won't judge you. Don't judge me. And that's what I always say to everybody. So anyway, yes, Stephen Miller, America's first war against the left, and it's coming strong. These guys are going to intercede. They're going to do what Congress can't do, and Senate, what they're not able to establish and get done. They're gonna fight the small areas and start knocking down these bowling ball pins all over. It's just going to be an explosion in the alley, and that's what it's going to be. They're coming hard, and they're coming with a lot of backup. So also fight to prevent the dismantling of ICE. We need to fight this, and I'm really hoping the First America Legal really and morals I don't know if any of you guys are aware of it. There is a war on the farmers. We're not talking about this. Oh, have I? Damn right I did. I told you about it was a Keller war. You know, you had to be of an ethnic, a certain back. Not all for one. Not on their side. They're only going to support a narrative of what that they're making fools of themselves. I mean, I'm chuckling, laughing right now, because you know what? I know how much of a farce this is, and I think if you put that into context, that's going to open up your mind, and that's going to provide clarity to you. Because honestly, when you can laugh and walk away and just know that they're just making asses of themselves, face it, that's all they're really doing. Our narrative and our strength in numbers will will succeed, but there will be time for that, and it will take time to do that. Okay, so hopefully they can create a force in every state now. Also, getting back to the Americas first, legal. And I think it's really important that we all have a division of that established in every state. They're not reaching out and asking you for anything. They're not. But they're getting established, and they're rock and rolling. They already got things going on. They already got litigations that they're already going up against and calling out on. But if we could have this in every state, because the ACL, like again, the ACLU is no longer, not really, no, no. They have sat back too long, and you know it. You know, their credibility and morals are gone. Their leadership has been gone, and they have been bought. They have been bought. Say it proudly. Breathe in. They have been bought, like many have. Like many have. I'm still waiting. What the hell's going to go on with that sheriff down there that took all the money from Soros and all that stuff too? I don't even know why that thought came into mind, but it does, just because these are the type of people that are bought as Biden, as Biden. But anyway, we need these things to take place. We need these things to happen. And I want you to keep in mind when you hear it, know that they're on the good side of everything, because people of everywhere, every walk, every political office, and many, many ways are bought into all this bullshit. And we don't deserve that. You know, we're better people. We worked hard. We paid tax dollars. They destroyed the government. They destroyed the format of the tax dollars. And they want more from you. They want more from all of us. Remember, that's why North, South, East, and West, we are all together as one. All right? Don't be scared. Don't be a snowflake. Join in the Trump team. That's what this is all about. All right, also, a little thing came up over the weekend, that I got a piece of, and I watched it, and I thought, this is really, really interesting. Okay? And this is a big, huge debate. Durbin, what is he, like the president of the Senate or something? He thinks, I don't know. Anyway, so the big debate up there was passing legislations on certain things and being voted on. Senator Cruz, gave his opinion. But I will say this. He came out good. He came out strong. He had an incredible voice, an incredible message. He stuck with focus on everything he was talking about. And what we're covering here are murders, rapists, shooters, and also to include the serial killers. There's no balance left anywhere. There's no morals left anywhere. And somewhere, anywhere, we need them. What I'm getting to here is how they did the stimulus part. This is part one of what's going on. Then the catch and release comes basically back into this, because they want to let people who may have raped your daughter out of jail. I'm sorry, I have to say it like that. And there's going to be tears in many parents' eyes if that happens. Or criminals that have shot people, or you were a serial killer and you might have killed 10 people. They're talking jail, release, catch and release now, and we got to be more lenient, and we won't have this full of jail. Well, yeah, right. And what's supposed to happen to the lower courts and the judges there? Fold their hands as the case comes in. Well, I can't do nothing. They're going to only let him out. Get him out of here. Whatever. Slap his wrist. Is that where we're going? And then the stimulus checks, of course. You remember that. Everybody had to get them, whether they were in prison for, but there was no level anywhere of somewhere to say, okay, we really have to recognize that rapists aren't going to fall into this category. They are undeserving of any release is going to be happening there. The world is blowing up in front of us. At least Cruz was there fighting. He knew he was in a battle to get beaten. He told them he would. He knew the outcome. But at least he used his voice and he made it public to the public. But again, agendas, he wants to get voted back in too. And I get that. And I hope he stays on a mission of strength this way, with us for the people. But maybe another card will come up in another way and we can fight this and someday get it corrected. But for right now, that's where they're heading with this bullshit. And there's no more accountability for anything with catch and release standards. It's just going to be none. So, what are the lower courts to do, really? I mean, the ship lands, let's go. This is how it is. No matter the crime or level of one, what will the purpose of these actions pertain to justice, have to be pertain to in the justice system? Man, it's just going to make it fall apart. Cops going to want to address issues that they're just going to be thrown out the minute they bring a guy in after they subject themselves to ridicule, number one. The fact that they can never do anything right, and many views of many eyes out there of people who will not awaken. Yeah, that's where we're at. That's why this twist is important that I bring this to you. When they see that we do not want to defund the police, the narrative strong with grassroots at the bottom that we do all this footwork. I've always said that. You know it. Listen to me. Go back. Rewind. There's many, 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 many clips of many, many hundreds of hours of what I've said. Lots of love here. Lots of love to every one of you guys. So anyway, yeah, that's where we're at with all this. The morals are gone. The laws are gone. And again, I'll say this to you. Powers of words are everything. Without words, there's no understanding. Without words, there is no new laws. Okay, but we need new laws, just not the ones that are occurring. So we need to stay in there strong and fight this, patriots. Do the best you can. But you have to you really have to feel from your heart on what some people are going to go through and what people have gone through in this catch release program, where they just start letting the criminals out of jail and there's nothing that anybody can do about it because we didn't have the vote. That's just the way it is. That's the way it is. So anyway, I think some of these things are always important factors to bring up. And I think I try to give you a gist of where we're at. With this lower platform, it's going to start in the police department where people are just going to be like, how do I do my freaking job? And really, how do they do that freaking job? Yeah, will we support them? Sure, we're going to support them. And they might do their best down below, but it's only going to get crushed. Whatever they do to get somebody brought in under the laws of justice, it will be crushed at some point in front of the judges of justices. What a battle. What an incredible battle of bullshit. And that's the way it is in America right now. And we have to live with it. Well, okay, let me see where I'm going here, because I got a little bit more here. All right. This is going to take a minute, but I think it'll be well worth everybody's listen. What everybody said, everybody's voices and so forth. Well, actually, I might not even have it anymore. It may have been removed. Truthfully, it may have been removed when I was looking through some of my stuff here. There was a lot to be said on a lot of things concerning the elections and so forth. But it seems that Facebook has been quite busy this morning. Yeah, I was going to use a segment of something that I had saved. And these pricks must have removed it. All right, so I'll get to it anyway. This was said by all of Washington. There's no other way to really say this at this point. Some of you guys may have seen this. I'm going to take another narrative here, though, because I really want you to hear in their own words. In their own words. It's important to me that I try to do. I need to do this, and if I can do it this way, it's going to make Michael much, much more happier. I gotta tell you, it's gonna make me a lot more happier. And did anybody catch the bullshit lie that no, not at all. So anyway, I'll get to that while I'm looking for this. Harris takes a question, and a young lady, gives her name and so forth, and claims where she's from. Oh, I voted for you since I became a naturalized citizen and whatnot. But it all leaked out now. This lady never worked for them. Planted information. Have we not talked about that? Manufactured media. This is danger to have you there, et cetera, et cetera. Well, we all know that that's a big lie. We all know that that's a big lie now. Univision has come out, made their statement, says it's not true. It's untrue. Yeah, so okay, I guess they stole everything down on this. So I'm going to get into what this is about. Okay, all right. I was just going to use their voices, but Shift, VP Harris, all of them. This is prior to the elections. Okay, keep in mind prior to the 2020 election. In their own words, repeatedly by every one of these left side gangsters up there, the clowns of the round tables on that side. Where are we? Well, the system's aging on. This is all about voting systems. This is all about voting systems. They're aging. They're hackable. They're vulnerable. They're breachable. You can delete. The sellers have a controlled system of three corporations of selling the integrity of these dominions. Okay, I'll just put it that way. All right, so you have three countries that even had full access. Okay, on our side. Unbelievable, right? Until what? Until it's not their narrative anymore. Backdoor, serious fails. Just Windows 2000, too old. All of this leading up to a May before election campaign of safe netting the election, which never took place. And I thought to myself, what an enlightening way. In the seriousness way that I am with you now, and how bad everything was about the voting system, there was the possibility of everything that just happened to Donald J. Trump that did happen to Donald J. Trump that they were behind the narrative of. Yes, all of Washington. Everybody you can imagine stood up. Yes, all those people that were voted in up there against our narrative of truth, justice, and morals, agreeing with us. I just got fact checked for them out of their own mouths. Unbelievable, right? But that's what happens. Removals, suppression. They may have said it, but we're not going to let the public hear that. Well, the public did hear it. It got out. And that's the nice thing about social media. They can't keep up with us in the large numbers. If you fight it hard, be prepared to get put in Facebook jail. Hey, that's not no big deal. Not really. You serve your time, you do the crime in their eyes, whatever. We'll be back. We'll be stronger. And that's where we need to go. But incredibly important that when they even promote the issues of the voting systems prior to the election, as they did, let their voices be heard first. Because my idea of that is what they say is accountability. When they make statements, it's accountability. They themselves are their own worst enemies, and that accountability will be reversed and used upon them very soon. So careful what you wish for. You said it. Now you have to stand up and accept the facts of what will come next. So I hope you get where I was going with that. I wish I could have played the voices. I'm sure most of you guys heard it. It was all the ones up there you would expect to have something to say that did have something to say. Okay, the Clintons. Wow. Again, they strike the mafia side of the Clintons strike again. just as witnesses are being more called upon, expressed interests to certain people, uh, a reporter, freelancer, and a worker in some media outlets, Christopher Sign, dead. Yes. Why not? And it's being investigated as a suicide. Have we not heard that forever in Foreverland? How many suicides have to surround these people before the rest of the world wakes up? Now, maybe some of this will start waking up a few more, but it's true. It's what was out there. And, suicide more as the swamp drains. And as the more as this, they don't even care that they're doing it. They don't even care that any of us see it. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, but it's exposing even more injustice for all for one in America. Are we not seeing this? But this is out there. This is news. This fella is no longer with us. Yes, Christopher Sign, and he knew a lot. He was the one. I'll get to that now, but you're probably saying, well, who is this guy? And failure on my part for not being a professional at what I do, but I do the best I can. The Tarmax issue. Do you remember? Do you remember Bill Clinton, that little private meeting up there with Loretta Lynch? He broke that story, and the mishandling of the FBI investigation into Hillary Clinton and the classified emails. This was the warrior that broke this to the American people. And this is the price you pay in their world. This is the price you pay. So to be careful, is it important? Yes, it's very important to be careful. And I want to say that to everybody out there in the industry that does what we do. We're a different type of people. Somehow, some way. We just are. And we're not at the top, we're not at the bottom. We're not a bottom feeder. But we do share a lot of good information. Me, I stay current in a lot of things because current is where the fight is. I'm not concerned about old world history and the suppressions. I mean, I'm not going to go into that. I love them, but history is not what we think it is, and it's not what has been written in many, many ways. Okay, we've been taught wrong, and history does need to be rewritten. But what we have here that we can fight and that we have flexibility and strength in is what is currently happening. And that's why I choose to stay in that manner of what I do with this. So, Christopher, thank you for what you did do. He did expose us. Where would it go without a first-hand witness? I don't know. But remember, again, who it involves? The Clintons. Who else does it involve? The FBI investigation. Well, we know these three-letter law enforcement agencies and what Michael thinks about them, don't we? We do know that. Yeah. So anyway, again, back to the lies of Harris and the false media, the manufactured media. Don't forget these projects, how long back that they have, oh man, they've existed forever. Forever. They've been doing this forever. Forever. They really have. And I posted a lot of things that reflect that. So I hope some more clarity. If you watch, you follow me, you follow Taking Back America's. All of them, everywhere in the world. Part of all of one for all. Taking Back America, right here. Okay, yes. This is how we expose things. I don't always talk about every topic, but I put what I think the importances are, whether I'm sharing them, stealing them from somebody. Apologies to anybody that's against that. But hey, we're all for one in America, patriots. We should share to each other. I get the problems of people coming into groups and they're in there, they're dropping the bombs on crypto. I get it. You got to do something. But please share with us because this is a fight we're all in. All right. So again, Univision, remember that. If you see it out there, it is on my post right now. Taking Back America, check that out. I think it'll have some interest to you on there. I want to talk about the CRT. Just for a minute. I don't want to go and dwell on this too much longer while I take this. Okay. A lot of good people stand up, speak. They go to schools and so forth. They go in front of their council leaders, county leaders. I mean, there's different locales for wherever you're at, if you're a suburbanite and so forth. there's all these different districts of representation of political representation and what we have here is not a total separation by color that they want to occur. It's like they want people of color on one side of the school and the people to be less white on the other side of the school. Yeah, yeah, no joke. It's not just about learning how to masturbate now in school at the earliest ages of like 8 years old. With those books, it's so freaking deep here. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. But remember, while you're laughing off, you got to fight it off. Okay? Yes, there's a fine line there. It doesn't mean, because I say you got to laugh off the narrative. There's a big fight involved with most of it, and that's where you're going to have to still stand strong and fight it back. But yeah, now they want to kind of like separate the whole thing here. I don't understand. I mean, in my mind here, we are all under legal rights as men created equal, and I don't even think that was even clear enough when they did it, because even when the Constitution was written, life. And maybe we do need a couple little things put in there, changed. Like, we're not just all men were created equal, but maybe we need to be specific to women as well. I'm not against that, and I don't think any of you guys would be. Our women are rock stars, man. And you remember that. You defend them. Things will happen in the future. Maybe not in our lifetime. But I'm hoping the millennials, that these kids really, really wise up quick, because they are so different from us. And I'll give you an example, okay? I'll give you an example of how terrible the world is in many ways that way. But you'll have a guy, okay, who goes out there, he stays active, he does this, he does that, he goes somewhere, he does his job. The millennial shows up, and he wants to point his finger. It kind of goes like that. Kind of has like that tier system of the city. Well, one guy shovels the hole, three guys stand around and watch him. You get it? It's kind of the diversity of who we are and what they are. And we need to put our foots up our kids' asses. That's what it's coming down to. And I don't care how old they are. You might need to sit with your children that are having kids and everything else that really get this message more clear to them across. But isn't this to separate colors in the school as well? And it's just not about, being less white. It's about so much more. But I really wish that they, maybe in a way, and during this time, that women are more, and they are being acknowledged. They're coming forth now because, there's a special interest of what that is and what the interest of narrative is, and that push. But this critical race theory is just so blown out of proportion, and it doesn't need to be in place. It's not there. It doesn't need to be talked about. We need to live as one in America. We have to put everything else aside. And that's why I said, hey, when the people down south said, hey, look, we're a little bit different. We don't want to get your format in trouble, but we like your message, They're Trumpsters. I'm like, hey, all for one, one for all, come aboard. And I'm going to push for them. And I'm going to push to get anything out there that I can do. And I got something else I want to leak to you guys in a second here that I think is going to be important, of something possibly coming up in August. I'm just going to say enough on it today. But the Patriots just may be storming some beaches. All right? I'll just say it like that for right now. I have more information come to you very soon. And, yeah, we'll get to that. Now, everybody knows Ted Nugent, right? Great White Buffalo. I'd have to pick up my guitar. I could do that riff, but it's not worth it right now. Anyway, she explained the story, and I don't want to mention her son but it is about her son. I don't know his age, and I don't know if there's an appropriacy there. She came out yesterday on a thing, and I threw her a bunch of support from 10 O'Clock Talks and said, hey, I support you. So her son is in an event, and I believe it was a swimming event or something, a running event. I'm not all over the place on this. I just don't want to mislead it, because I can't remember everything as well as I'd like to. But it was either swimming or running. Well, without a doubt, Ted's son, Miss Nugent, who has a huge platform out there on Facebook and more, does kind of what I do, plus. Very large, very, very large. Wish she'd come aboard more on Taking Back America and 10 O'Clock Talks. But when you hear a good post, you got to share it. So where she was at, she went to watch her son in this event. Well, man, he rock started that. not to bring up anything about his father. He did this on his own, and he won. And he won with flying colors. Yeah, he took first place. But it came to their knowledge at the end of him taking first place. First place can be now last place. So they went to address the issue and thought, well, maybe he'll get like a piece of paper and a trophy. There was trophies up there to be given out, but there was no first place trophy. It was missing. And I'm thinking while she's telling us, well, what the crushed. He was just that athletically good to do it, and he won first place. So they went and they said, get me in trouble here through anybody coming back at me. But the system was like, he did too good. He didn't give anybody else a chance. What? I mean, really, what? So take that, America, is where we're at. Critical race theory and more, right? So much more. And then you have the people of colors also to be pushed now to be oppressed. Anybody who wants to be held down will be held down. Anybody who wants to work will work. It's always been the American way. Did we have problems? Yes. Did we not start correcting them? Yes. Did we all increase by numbers to give everybody a fair chance? Yes, it did happen in America. It happened in my city. In my life, I watched it happen. But you got to want to get up to go to work in order to achieve. That's part of the dream. And I hope that everybody out there that hears that and understands me. I'm not playing a race card here against anybody. I welcome all into my format, but it's something I think we can agree on. Do the best you can in life. And if you don't want to, I get it. Lay back, man. Catch a buzz, rock it out, talk some shit, use the slang, whatever. It's fine. Just vote for Trump. I'm good with that. Just vote for Trump. You may need to. So, yes, the Be Less White thing on the Coke can again, and all these failures in Washington's of the past, present, and future of the shitstorms, all the failures. This is where we're at with the people. People need to be their own judges and choose to do whatever they see fit with all this and how it fits together. You just have to do it. You just have to do it. I also want to talk a little about the new social anxiety here and how right now that we're finding out, and social anxiety, there are more deaths than COVID. How do you like that? No, really, it's true. It's true. And it's being pushed out there in immense numbers. Data. And as like someone put a post up about the great Fauci. Yeah, what a F he is, right? And we know that. Liar. And anyway, when you get into things like that, it is where it is. But if you question science, as he said, you're questioning me. If you use science against the people, you're going to lose because him right now. But he is the most wanted man in Washington, and they will get to him at some point. And we'll have to just wait for that point to occur really quickly and who all is involved, where he is hiding, and whatever. But keep in mind, if we're going to use science, let's lay out all the freaking cards on the table, Fauci. Let's lay them all out. Let's get this done. Let's speak freely. Let the American people decide. So anyway, I'm just scared for all these people out there in this social anxiety system. And it's even beyond that. Check this out. Check this out. Don't turn me off yet. All right, this muzzle bullshit, this mask. Even though the CDC says it's okay to be outside if you have received this contaminant, the Frankensteiner, the shot, the jab, whatever you want to call it. But to me, it's a contaminant. It's the Frankensteiner, people won't take off their mask. And why? Oh, well, it's social anxiety. Yeah, I guess if you're stupid enough to believe everything you're hearing, and if you look at the data and the reports and go directly to the CDC, maybe you'll learn and understand when they speak, you're supposed to listen. even if not all words are true. You're going to have to weigh that out. That part's going to be up to you. But people and most of them are saying yes, the one because they're approaching people with them on. Some say no, I didn't get it, and I'm just being clear that I'm going to be out of place. So it's not strong enough being pushed, but it's a social anxiety. And where did they put that? I mean, here's what we do know. We know that it's well below half of people who have received, to be honest with you. And now a billion of these little not so miracle cure bottles are going to be spread across the nations. Okay? And don't trust UN either, United Nations. No, 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 not good. But anyway, so the fight remains on them. Then we got to get to 70%. We're getting there. It got stronger. Many people come out and drove this weekend. They all received it, and they got a lottery ticket, and they got fries. Some got a beer. Some got a burger. I mean, come on, unbelievable shit. But anyway, so here you have all these people living in fear over all this contaminant and the lies. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to even think clearly about what to do. But when they're out, they don't want to be judged. So judge not. And here's the big thing. Here's the big thing. If you think the CDC doesn't already know that us people who refuse are out there without our masks on, weigh the factors here. Weigh the factors with me here. Okay? Because this is where the strong point is. They know we're lying, that we didn't get it. Some people are putting a Band-Aid on their arm. And then they go out and it's like, oh, yeah, I just got it. Really? Or they go out in the sun, they sit in the people will see that and they're gonna, oh, he got it. But the CDC already knows we're lying. They're not objecting to it. They're telling you to take off the mask. Because why? They already know whether you got the vaccination or not, you can still catch COVID. It's not working. And we know that that's true. We know that that's true. That's just another thing. And remember, what I was trying to get across a little earlier on how the media and manufactured media, this all goes back many, many years too. I just want to reflect back for a minute that this project fell under MK Ultra and the CIA and more on, manufactured media, how to lie to you, the public, how to brainwash you, basically get you used to something. And if you want to get used to something, go on and watch some TV. Go on and watch what they exposed in the government programs in the industry of Hollywood and more, and sci-fi and all these things that are out there of pandemics or the possibilities of population control. And planting a seed, and now here we are living in it. So when you look at the TV and you realize where you are living in it, it gives you, it's that one-time event of a moment, right? So anyway, that's where we're at. Still people are going to remain in fear. You don't have to, but just remember, don't think for a minute that the CDC does not know that we are intermingling, mixing. Maybe they want that event to occur. Maybe we're dumb. I don't know. Because our understanding to this contaminant, there are things known as sheddings and shearings. It comes from your breath and everything else once they give you the contaminant, that maybe in fact, we're the ones that should have the masks on, but we refuse to live that type of freedom. And I understand our feelings to that. I really do. But maybe, again, as I shared with you in previous uploads and live segments, that we may be the saving of the of the human species. Clean, pure. Because the ones that have received this will no longer be. And I hope you don't need blood. I've always said this. I said this for months. If you're in an accident, you need blood, and they're getting blood from. But now they're also doing some separation. Didn't to what? Are they going to clarify who gets what to what person, what type? Well, he didn't get the jab, and we know it's not on record. Let's give him a contaminated heart. Or you have the one that got it, and they weigh on that effort and say, well, this guy died. His heart, he never had it. This person needs the heart, got this contaminant. Let's give him a pure heart. You get what I'm saying? Where is this going? Why is it going there? All I can tell you is it a mistake on our part? Maybe. Right now, we're just angry. We're trying to judge everything the best we can, and we should. But I just want to say, don't think for a minute the CDC is not weighing in on us, knowing that we are not going to keep that in mind, people. Yeah. Okay. So sometime maybe mid-August, could the Patriots be invading the beaches of Pensacola? I got a lot more to say on that to you. I could be down there actually speaking on it with them. I don't know. I'm going to try to throw some things around, get some RSVPs out there, get some people in Texas, the Patriots down there and all through the South to say, hey, man, you want to come rock star this up? Bring your everything Trump. It's going to be a ball. Anyway, it's in the pre-works right now. I'll give you more information on that as that occurs. A lot of good people are trying to be involved, really. Candidates for governorships to speak, and more. I'm only going to give you that much right now. And I also want to talk about this new spike of cases threatening America. What's going on this last little thing that I talked about there, little segment part that I fitted in there. So we know about lungs, airways, and viruses, how they spread and whatnot. Vascular issues as well, and that's coming to light in great ways. And if we think about these cases of the children globally now, it's happening to these kids, enlargements and inflammations of the heart and so forth. Maybe that's a bad word, but it's close. I'll accept it, man. Why not? Anyway, I got the point across. And then they talked very, very clearly that up to 150,000 more cases they are expecting to see, all of male gender. For some reason, this effectment is having to kids now who they decided to give this contaminant to that are between the ages of 12 and 17. But I also seen something more horrific and terrifying this weekend. I watched 5, 6, 7, and 8-year-olds starting to get this. I really did. I was watching it. Now, maybe it's a lie. Maybe it's a narrative of a lie. But in the background, you could hear something COVID being mentioned. So I'm thinking in the one clip it was actually true. They are already starting in areas pushing this on the youngest of children. Man, it's just deplorable. Why can't we stop it yet? I don't know. There were some executive orders put out there and leaked through Canada. Canada has been taking a slow hand of not pushing a narrative so hard right now. And if anything I'm wrong on there, please, Canadians, the Canadians, get in touch with me. I need to talk to you guys. I want to know more for the people. The people want to know more for their people. We need to get this word out on a larger scale. Because some of the narratives of what I read, it came out of the United States. I don't know what all was put in place. I don't know of an executive order of date, if it came from the United States of Washington, D.C., or if it came from District of Columbia, which we know Trump was in, as well as in New Jersey. But he's floating right now, just keeping abroad, getting things moving, keeping the motions flowing, because I know that he knows in the back of his mind they are trying to put much against him, utilize it, and possibly try to arrest him. And their now new, which has been going on, agenda. So, yeah, happy birthday to you, Mr. President. Happy birthday. 74 today, I think. 74? Interesting. Interesting. It really is. I'm sorry. I'm just glad he's having a happy birthday. And I know he's going to. I know he's going to. So I want to tell you this, too. Verified the possibility of these spike cases spreading now. He says pandemics will come. And the next one is called RSV. again, as I was talking on, but this is the validation of it. Respiratory illnesses. So, yeah, Biden comes out and blatantly speaks about this. Beware, there will be others. He just made this statement this weekend. There will be others in his own words. Wow. Yeah. Interesting. Where are we headed? Climate control? More conspiracies of RSV issues, respiratory illnesses, and other pathogens and pandemics will come. The next one is soon to hit. Maybe he's so stupid, dumb, he's smart. Maybe he doesn't even realize he just told us his plan. If there is a plan, or is it a narrative just to keep fear at bay where they want it? It may be too much for some. You're going to have to laugh some of this off while we do our homework, and that's really where we're at. And don't forget about Joe and Putin. That's coming up. And we already know that Putin put some of his vibes out there, and I have too. I laid this out there a long time ago, and just in the past few days. Don't mess with Putin, Joe. No, you're not that type of man. You're not that type of man. And Putin will put him in place. And some things have already come out of his mouth, just to reflect back earlier of what I said. Now, we're also finding out and I think this is where this respiratory system virus, is what they're calling it, is the actual problem. People are going up on planes and blood clotting, going up into, pressurized systems up in the air. It all changes. Blood clotting starts. But we're also having this other system of issue up there. It's people fighting on the planes, man. And they are. They had them all over the news today, and I seen them over the weekend. People are battling, and it's not against the North or the South, because we are together as one in America for all. No, it's the ideology of the people wearing the mask, not wearing the mask, the ones who got the vax, the ones who didn't. Fights and brawls are occurring, and not only now do they have EMTs up there to care for the blood clotters, okay, that it's happening to, but we are just in that time, and a lot of people are giving up. Man, Christians, pray hard for these people, because I know you're rock stars. You're out there all across the countries, and every state. Speak loud to the one above, the one you believe, okay? And everybody believe in what you need to believe in. I have a segment where we'll talk about that on a life after death segment that I'm going to be bringing up into this disclosure that's also en route that we're dealing with right now, that will give us some explanation of what the deep state's involvements have been within the United States government from a supervision of money, politics, and power, and pharma. I want to get that out there. I also posted something today that I thought was quite incredible, and I've seen these with my own eyes before, and that's why I wanted to do it. So I wanted to share that to you. It's ghostly or dimensional, but there have been studies, and we know things. And I want to just say this to you. It's been taken off the air, just as Project Blue Book was, because when information becomes too much of a trendy subject, they suppress it, pull it back. We gave them a taste. It's time to remove this program, let another one push through, let their narrative start back at square one, let them see, let them have a little fun, and when it gets to the point where they might learn something, pull it off them. They are showing things and anomalies and crafts and more and dimensional characters of systems of things that are occurring right here in front of us. And that's probably why the statement that Bigelow made years ago and says, how do you find them? And what you're looking for. The most important thing he could ever say to anybody, because he was in this experiment with the military is a lot. So if you like that and it interests you, check out Skinwalker Ranch. They have a lot of episodes out there now floating. So if you could do like a mega watch over a weekend or something, but check these guys out. They're putting a lot of prudent information up forth, and I have a lot more to disclose to you all through the month. So I hope you'd like that. But Jenna Bush, I'm so pissed at this young. Again, not just manufactured media, but manufactured jobs, just like politics. Somebody knew somebody or was involved with somebody that knew somebody that puts these people, just like Anderson Cooper, who was also part of the CIA and manufactured media. Yes, he was. He was. Let's talk about America healing before I get the hell out of here and give you your day back. First, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for sharing. When I get offline, please do it. I want to give every podcaster out there thanks and for sending videos and for your subscribing efforts and what you're doing for me and allowing me in on some of your elements of your formats. Your information's valued. Keep up all the good work. I wanted to just get that out there. Everybody, nobody off the page here. Everybody needs a fair shot to let their voice be heard. You'll choose who you want to listen to and who you're going to back and where you're going to want to see success put to somebody. I'm not on this for success. I'm in here, as I've always said to everybody, I'm in here for the freedom of your voice, the morals and freedom. And that's where I stand and shine most strong. I stay current because I think current's what's important. I will take you back in history. I will bring up important factors that I learned, read about, studied for the past 40 years. And I really have. I mean, it's just been one of those agenda minds that I have. Inquiring minds want to know. I got hooked with Bigfoot and Leonard Nimoy years and years and years ago of hearing about these incredible things that may be true. And wow, did I learn a lot. And I learned of where we stand in America and why we're truly in these places. It all fits. It truly does. But let's start it out in this segment. Get out in the sun, enjoy it. Create your own vitamins on your skin. Get some sun. I don't care if you're color or black. Get out there, sweat a little bit, man. Enjoy it. Doesn't matter. It's okay to be a man with a tan, right? Or a lady. And the ladies are rock stars. I praise you all. I really do. You guys are great. All my love to everybody. Not one gender, to everybody, man. Know that I'm here for you and know that I support you in our efforts forward. So yeah, some interesting things possibly coming up for in August. This could turn into being one of the hugest coastal party events. And I want you to know that. We really could be on the brink of something here that would be so huge. It just blow you away. And if you get wind of it at the right time, at the early enough points, when something becomes huge like that and you feel like taking a weekend ride somewhere, traveling a few hundred miles versus 1,000 miles, man, get there and have your voice heard, be seen. Because if this works out, we'll live stream it. We'll do everything for you to get you all the information that we can. Everybody who has helped and pushed the narratives will be there with us, or they will be mentioned, and we will send back prayers to you and good thoughts, and know that everybody is in this for a reason, to fight for the good, the morals, and the freedom of America, all for one and one for all. All. No one is left out on this platform. Nobody is left out, okay? Remember, as Trump said and taught us all, one life is too many. I will not leave one life out. I will not. They either come in and accept us, enjoy us, live with us in freedom and morals, or they don't have to attend, and that will be their choice. As I always say to everybody here, whatever I gave to you today is your choice to accept it, research it, find out more, share it with me, and don't be afraid to kick Michael in his ass. Michael deserves it every once in a while. If I'm wrong on something, man, bring it up to me. Yeah, we might debate it, agree to disagree, but we're going to find a common ground as people, and in a good way, and that's where America, that's the function and fundamental that America is missing. We cannot put a table together of democracy anymore. It doesn't exist. It's an empowerment of numbers, and if they want empowerment of numbers, we're going to freaking give it to them as hard as we can, right? Are you with me? Are you with me? Really? Are you listening? podcast where I upload them. So check out YouTube. There's more videos there. It'll take you back, oh my God, a long time. And I'm starting to find some old clips from a day gone by where I was taken out of the picture because my voice became too strong at some point for somebody, or I just was lucky pickings that day. So thank you so much, man. Have a happy Monday. Do the best you can in life. If the weather, for me, I need to get this last point out. If the weather stays commonly okay, wrong words, I got work to do. And I have to go and check out the big gardens. I have a couple fields I need to take care of. I might come to you live from up in my little hideaway in the shack. Don't let that scare you. Don't let the ugliness scare you away. Okay? Stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. When you see me come on live, join in, please. I didn't see a lot of the comments. I will try to make comments back to everybody. I wanted to try to stay more focused to you. I will respond to you in ways back. I hope you guys, I'm seeing a big thing on the main processor and the large screen over there. There's a lot of stuff. I can't see that far, and all the face front, blah, blah. You know how that goes. Whatever you say is important. Your voice matters, honestly. So make friends in this room. I call it the chatterbox. If you come into the chatterbox and you see somebody, hey, friend everybody in there. These are your friends. These are the friends of the groups that we can expand in, and the numbers grow, and we support each other in. That is the purpose of the fight for America, is it not? Is it not? For everybody to have acceptance and more acceptance? Stay strong in that belief. I mean, truly, stay strong in that belief. I think it's everything. Now, if there's any skip or freezings here, I'll put it through the processor. It should make it better together. You get it, better together. But that's the truth. So if anything happened, it'll create imagery to make it more condensed and consolidated to where it takes some of that stuff out. I don't know where we went today with it, but it's all good. My brothers from different mothers. Anyway, you guys all got my love, man. Prayers to everybody. Thanks to the Christians. Rocco, I want to say a special hello to you. Mary Beth, always Southwest PA Bikers. Please don't order me a t-shirt. I like cutting things up as soon as I get them, and I don't want to do that to anything that somebody wants me to have a gift on. I'd rather buy my own t-shirt and